Gift card warning. Before you buy them for your loved ones this holiday season, we'll tell you about a scam you will want to be on the lookout for. It appears one Southern California store is very lucky where not one but two winning lottery tickets were sold. Hello, everyone. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. More on those stories coming up in a moment. But first, a record 150 million people are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home for the Christmas New Year holiday period. Now, if you thought Thanksgiving travel was busy last month, AAA predicts numbers will more than double this month. So if you plan on driving, AAA says you can expect minimal traffic on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Now, if you want to get a head start on December 23rd, experts say leave before 10 a.m. That's good advice right there. According to AAA booking data, this year's top destinations are Anaheim, Orlando, and Chicago. Take me with you. Firefighters have made good progress on the South fire that's been burning in Ventura County, just south of Santa Paula. All evacuation orders and warnings for the area have been lifted. The fire started Saturday and burned at least 2,700 acres. Firefighters will spend the coming days mopping up hot spots and building containment lines. All right, if you plan on buying gift cards for loved ones this holiday season, beware. Scammers have found a way to steal the value of those cards before they're even purchased. And then by the time the recipients head to the checkout counter, the balance is already zeroed out. Experts say the scam is complicated, that thieves have to steal the gift card out of the store and then they have to sneak it back in.
A lot of folks in our nation are having a tough time putting food on the table and paying their bills. These people spoil Christmas and ruin it for everybody else.
To avoid falling victim, make sure you examine the gift card, make sure it's not tampered with, opt to buy them from behind the counter or online, and save your receipt so you can get your money back if it's declined. Scams can also come from those QR codes that we often see now. The Federal Trade Commission says bad actors hide them in plain sight or send them via text or email. Then they can get access to money and logins and other personal information. So to avoid becoming a victim, the FTC suggests you ignore unknown messages and double check the URL when you are scanning a code. Experts say it's also best to make sure your devices are updated, that you have strong passwords and multi-factor authentication in place. Very important. Well, now to the major move announced over the weekend. Former Angels star Shohei Otani is heading to the Dodgers. That's right, he signed the biggest sports contract we've ever seen. We're talking about $700 million for 10 years.
To have a player like that come in, because it just feels like he's a missing piece that we need to get back up there, you know, especially coming back from a tough loss, going into the wild card. That missing piece is right there. That's all we needed, and I can't wait for this season coming up.
Otani took to social media to thank his fans, both old and new. It appears there's a new lucky hotspot for lottery tickets in Southern California. That's right, an Encino gas station sold not one, but two jackpot winners in the $395 million Mega Millions drawing. How cool is this? Who won? Who has those tickets? Both tickets were sold at the Chevron station on Ventura Boulevard. The tickets will split Friday night's jackpot unless the same person bought both tickets. All right, it's time to check in with meteorologist David Bigger to see if we have a winning forecast.
Hi there. So as we go through the next couple of days, we do have a couple of things that we're keeping our eye on. First of all, temperatures will remain above average for this time of year, but we are watching this area of low pressure that's sitting over southern Canada. What's going to happen with it over the next few days is it's going to drop down along the west coast and move slightly inland. We call this an inside slider, and inside slider systems have a tendency to produce some offshore winds. So we will be looking at some weak Santa Ana winds, maybe moderate Santa Ana winds as we head into Wednesday. We're going to keep our eye on that part of the forecast. After that, it moves away from our region. High pressure builds in. We warm up through the remainder of the week, but we have another area of low pressure sitting off the coastline. It's holding on to some rainfall. The big question is, how long is it going to sit there before potentially approaching California? We'll have more updates on that, obviously, coming up a little bit later on, but I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, David. A man is behind bars in Beverly Hills for what police are calling a hate crime, and now we're hearing from the victims.
I saw the guy hitting my husband with the belt and screaming, sorry, Give me your earrings, Jew.
The couple says on Saturday they were on their way to a synagogue when a man ran up behind them and tried to rob them. A Beverly Hills police officer saw the attack. Moments later, the man was caught and arrested. The couple believes they were targeted because of their Jewish faith.
Our grandson is turning towards me and he said, should I take off my kippah? And that, for me, that was a shock. I think if a 13-year-old boy already understands that there might be danger in wearing part of what we were supposed to wear proudly.
The man arrested is now scheduled to appear in court Tuesday and faces hate crime charges, among others. Pressure is growing for the presidents of elite universities Harvard and MIT to resign. People are upset about the answers several university presidents gave in congressional hearings last week about anti-Semitism on college campuses. Over the weekend, the president of the University of Pennsylvania, Liz McGill, stepped down. And now a lot of attention is focused on the president of Harvard, Claudine Gay, over this exchange.
Calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign.
Gay later put out a statement saying, in part, quote, calls for violence or genocide against the Jewish community or any religious or ethnic group are vile. They have no place at Harvard, end quote. More than 350 Harvard professors have signed a letter asking the university not to remove President Gay. Universities across the country are facing mounting criticism over their response to the war in Gaza, with some Jewish and Muslim students saying too little is being done to protect them. It's a throwback to the 80s for a new fast food joint. McDonald's newest spin-off restaurant, Cosmics, is now open in Illinois.
We've been waiting for 2 hours.
2 hours.
We've been in for about an hour now.
Yeah, it's been a long morning.
The first Cosmics location opened Friday in Bolingbrook. It's named after the space character from the chain's commercials back in the 80s and 90s. And the new concept restaurant definitely caught the attention of McDonald's fans.
We have a list.
There's a whole list.
We're getting the main sandwiches, like 4 drinks. We got to make it worth it since we came here for so long. Our order was $72.
We have the churro frappe. We have the sour cherry blast. Is it worth it?
Yeah, definitely worth the wait.
Oh, sharing is caring. I'd like to try it too. McDonald's says it plans to open more Cosmics locations next year. I guess I'll just have to wait. All right, you just might be green with envy after hearing that Dr. Seuss Whoville has taken over Universal Studios. Grinchmas is back, and NBC4's John Caddy's Klimak got an inside look at the park with a very special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you a man who needs no introduction.
Me?
He is green. He is a banana with a greasy black peel.
Greasy black peel.
The Grinch, celebrating Grinchmas here at Universal Studios Hollywood. This year, a little bit different. You've got a different kind of setup. You've got the same tree lighting ceremony.
Yes, we do.
There is a lot of tradition behind this because you guys have been doing this for so many years.
So many years, and I haven't aged a day. Come see me in the flesh, in the green.
And one of the cool things, too, is the food. That is.
All the food.
For those who perhaps don't like the Grinch, they can just chow down on your face.
On my face is a donut. Its actual size looks like this.
When you meet with these folks, I mean, look at the line. Everyone's getting ready to meet you.
Good job. I pay him to do that.
What are you telling them?
What am I telling them? Let's see. A lot of them, they ask me questions. You know, they ask me where Max is, where's Martha May. Everybody's asking other questions except me. They always want to take nice, wonderful photos. You know, I end up on a lot of fridges. I'm very proud of that.
One of the greatest things about your story is how your heart grew.
That's right.
3 sizes.
3 sizes.
And one of the things that people can do to help you do that once again this year is this. So can you talk about this?
Yes, so folks can write little letters to me, little postcards. You see, it's something we do here at Universal Studios. And they can send it, and they can send me 3 things, how their heart has grown. Little good deeds, 3 little good deeds. They can mail it right here. It'll send it to me. Universal Studios does something very nice, and I might eat the card if I'm hungry.
it benefits Schools on Wheels, and it actually helps tutoring for homeless youth. So it's really a great cause. Universal Studios Hollywood, part of that. We, of course, part of that is being part of the same company, Comcast, here with NBC4. Thank you so much for being with us once again this year. Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the season. Grinchmas runs through the 1st of January. We'll send it back to you.
So much fun. Go and check it out. A lot of people are baking delicious holiday treats right now, but which holiday cookie is the biggest crowd pleaser? That's the question. Well, according to a new poll, the one at the top of the list is the sugar cookie. Who knew? Whether it's a frosted snowflake or a nice Christmas tree, nearly a third of people polled by Monmouth University said sugar cookies are their favorite during the holidays. Gingerbread cookies finished second with 12%, and my favorite, chocolate chip cookies, are close behind with 11%. But you really can't go wrong with any of those sweet treats, right? I'll take one of each. An incredible California teenager has become the state's youngest practicing prosecutor ever. Take a look. This is 18-year-old Peter Park. He's now been sworn in as a prosecutor for Tulare County. He's no stranger to making history, folks. Last year, when he was just 17, he became the youngest person to pass the California bar. And get this, at age 13, when his friends were finishing 8th grade, Peter started law school. How awesome is that? Now, his younger sisters are now studying to become attorneys, expecting to pass the bar at an age younger than Peter did. I mean, wow. Age is not a barrier to achieving remarkable accomplishments in this family. Very, very impressive. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. All right, I'll see you next time on The Rundown.